Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. And this week while I was out and about hunting down some really cool collectibles and action figures from any of my local retailers, I walked into my local Walmart and came across a really cool action figure that I knew I had to have part of my new G.I. Joe display shelf. He's really cool. He has a really giant accessory piece that I thought looked really awesome and it's going to look good on my shelf. And it is a cool figure. He's been part of G.I. Joe for a while. He's actually on the Cobra team, but it looks really cool. And the detail to this figure that we get on this size figure is really amazing. I really like the way they're doing the detail to these figures. Bringing them to life and everything looks really, really cool. So guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Scrap Iron with the anti-armor drone. Alright guys, so here we are. Let's go ahead and let's bring out this figure. Now guys, this is a really cool looking box. And as always, before we actually take a look at the figure, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the packaging. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot going on in the front of the box. We got a cool photo, and this is actually of the figure himself right there. And you got the anti-armor drone right there as well. He's holding a remote. And then you got some cool artwork here on the side. And a list of some of the accessories that comes with this kit right here. Really, really cool. And of course, G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra, Scrap Iron, and anti-armor drone with the Cobra logo. Some more artwork of Scrap Iron here on the side here. And then here we have a view of the product shot and everything that it comes with it. It shows it as being 6.2 inches tall. It comes with the helmet, sidearm, remote, and anti-armor drone, along with a bunch of blouses and 2 missiles right there. Really, really cool. Shows some of the detail and some of the stuff you can do with it here. Like you can see the grenades, the blouses in effect there, and some of the detailing on the head sculpt are really, really nice. And down here, as always, you got a bunch of Lego Mumbo Jumbo. You got a QR code here if you guys want to pause it and scan and see what it is. Go right ahead. You got the G.I. Joe logo up here. More Lego Mumbo Jumbo down here. And that pretty much tells it. So guys, let's go ahead. Let's open up the box and let's see what's inside. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and get the blade. And let's open up the box and let's see what we got going on in here. Now the box packaging for Rock and Roll was pretty cool, so I am not expecting anything less than really nice packaging here for Scrap Iron as well. Alright, let's just slide this out. There we go. Now, when these guys actually say 100% plastic-free packaging, they actually do mean it. There is not a stitch of plastic holding anything. No plastic strings, nothing like that. Everything is actually paper, which is really cool. We'll get to that here in a minute. Let's go ahead. Let's get these connectors off and let's take a look at our figures. These are pretty easy to snip off since they're just rolled up paper twine. Alright, we got the drone free. Let's get him off. We'll assemble him here in a minute. Now let's get Scrap Iron off the cardboard. Alright, we got him off. There we go. And once again, you got a very cool picture of Scrap Iron here on the back there. Very nice. Let's get that out the way. Now this figure does look really cool. These figures are really nicely detailed as well. So let's go ahead and get some close shots of the figure. Let me, my camera work. Think we got a close shot there, nice and focused. Now look at the detail of the scarring there on the head scope. Very, very nicely done. You got some scarring on the other side as well. This is really cool, really detailed. These are some really awesome G.I. Joe figures here. Like, if you wanted to know what your favorite G.I. Joe character would look like in real life, these figures right here do a very good job of that. Now, articulation, as you can see, the head does go up and down a little bit. Does have left and right. He is a little stiff, but I'm pretty sure that's from being in the box for so long. Now, the arm does go out 90 degrees at the shoulder. And as always, 360 rotation. Now, he does have a bicep rotation as well. And he has a little thing here for the shoulders just the same. So he has a little flexibility there for the shoulders as well. Here's the bicep rotation. Now let's go ahead, fold up the arm. Let's see how much we can get it going. Almost right back on top of itself. Very good. The wrist does have a tilt and rotation as well. I'm not going to press it too much because I don't want to break those little connectors right there. He does have a hip rotation as well here. The legs can go out almost 90 degrees to the side. I just like the way they got the legs pivoted on there, the way they assembled. Really cool. The legs actually could drop down and get more angles on it. He is a little restricted because of the plastic straps that are going around his legs, but nevertheless, he is very flexible and very good. Now, he can do 90 degrees. I think we can go a little bit more because he does have double jointed knees. Now, this is being really difficult. Like I said, he was in a box for a while. So, I'm sure the plastic is very stiff, so I'm going to have to work it a little bit. Let me see if I can get the other leg. It's being very difficult, and I don't want to break this figure. I can feel like the bottom part of his feet wanting to separate from the figure when I'm putting pressure on it. Gotta be super careful. He is kind of expensive. I did pay like almost $50 for this guy. Just to take him home and break his foot would be very, very sad. But I have an idea. Let me just put him down here for a second and let me try something.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so I took a blow dryer to his knees and it seemed to actually break the little complication we're having. So let's go ahead and let's continue this review right now. As you can see here, his legs do fold up really good. You do have a little bit of twist there for the foot and the lower part. And then the foot itself, you do go up and down, and then you have an ankle twist as well. So you should be able to get his foot in the proper position for some really good poses. Here, just in case you didn't see it before, this is a really cool figure. Really, really nice. Let me get him to stand up. There we go. Now let's take a look at the drone. It's basically two pieces. And looks like each track is individual, so you can actually pivot them. And there's a little ball joint here for the top portion. Just go ahead and slap that together. There is no rolling wheel, so this thing doesn't roll around. This is pretty much a place and go type thing. And there it is right there. As you can see, it is pretty nice. I think the original was like a dark blue, which was pretty much Cobra's color for a lot of the vehicles. They went ahead and did this one in the black, which is very nice. Let's get the box out of the way. Alright, let's get this drone focus, get the camera focus. There we go. Get the drone over here. Now let's take a look at all the accessories that come with these two guys. Now it's all in here, so let's go ahead and open this box up. And I believe it's 2 bags we should be getting. There we go. And once again, really cool. This is plastic free. Those bags are 100% paper, so that it keeps your stuff together. And you don't need scissors or anything. It's really easy to tear open. As you can see here, let's go ahead and dump it out. See what we get in this bag. Got some blouses, got some rockets, got a helmet. And let's open up this bag here. Got some more Bluches. There we go. Let's get rid of the trash. Now let's take a look at some of the Bluches we get with this. These to me look like impacts. That's really cool. It looks like something hit. So you can probably place these around him and it'll look like something actually hit the ground or close to him or close to the drone, which is really cool. And these look like some more of the same here. Just different styles of impacts. Looks like it's a little bit more slanted. This one looks like a little bit more of an explosion. And then these, I'll put those down here. These here look like the really cool ones. These are the ones we attach rockets to that actually look like they're firing. And I like how they actually didn't give you two of the same size. They gave them different sizes. So it actually looks like you fired one and then fired two, which is really cool. Now let's take a look at these rockets. The red coloring just like the Cobra rockets. Laser guided, very nicely done. Here's the remote for the drone that Scrap Iron carry. Got some nice detail to it. As you can see, it's got two joysticks, a couple of buttons, and it's got some stuff on the screen. Here is his helmet. Once again, very, very cool. And here is his gun. This is the only other gun he gets that goes into his holster there. So let's go ahead and let's equip this stuff onto Scrap Iron. Let's go ahead and slip the gun in the holster. And let's go ahead, get his helmet on, get the computer or remote for the armor drone in his hands. Get that in there. Now let's get the remote in his hands. So there we go. There we go. We got the remote in his hand and everything. Let's clear these Bluches over here to the side. Let's load up the missiles. There we go. Now that looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and add the Bluche. There should be something in the back for it to stick onto. Alright, let's get the one for here. Get the rocket on there. Okay, that one came off. Let's go ahead. Now that looks cool as well. Looks like the two rockets are taking off. Looks like you're about to do some serious damage with this guy. Really, really cool looking. Really, really awesome. He's just not compatible with the Bluches from the Transformer series. But these Bluches right here are pretty cool for him. See if I can set some of these up here so you guys can see. Drop these along here. This is a really cool figure, guys, and I am so glad. Even though I paid like I think $50 for him, I think it was 45 between 50. He is so worth it. I'm glad I actually pulled the trigger and picked him up. And guys, this is where we're gonna end the video for today.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
It's snake stopping season, and we're going hunting with a G.I. Joe Raider. Nobody beats G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe Raider. The Raiders got a mess of missiles, and they're all pointed at you, Cobra. But nobody beats G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up another episode of Toy Collector Review. Now when it comes to Scrap Iron and the anti-armored drone, are they worth getting for your collection? Definitely yes, these guys are really cool. Like I said, the detail on these figures is really cool. Never known that the Scrap Iron character actually had these cars underneath. It's a very nice touch. Like I said, these things are really detailed. They're really cool, and I am so glad that I got into collecting these G.I. Joe figures as well. I do have a few of the original G.I. Joes, well, the 3 1/4 inch G.I. Joes from when I was a child. But to actually get some of these guys in more detail and everything looks really nice, and I'm so glad I got them. And I do recommend picking them up. And the crazy thing is now, even though I'm picking up some of these from Walmart and stuff like that, they do have these at Ollie's and Ross for less. I don't know if you guys remember, I did a video on the Crimson Twins. I picked up each one of those guys for $5 each at a Ross store. And I did Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll I did pay $25 for at Walmart. But once again, he's worth it. The Crimson Twins was worth it. All these G.I. Joes are worth the money for full retail. But if you want to get on it now, check your local discount stores. You'll probably find them up on the shelves and get them for an extreme discount. Well guys, once again, it comes to that point in the video where if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a member of this channel, hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I put out a new video, and share these videos on all your social media platforms. And guys, if there's anything in particular you would like to see on this channel, go ahead and hit me in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get that out there for you guys. And guys, once again, don't forget to hit that like button because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. Once again, I'm Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.